So this morning, NFL Network, we had Ian Rapoport talking about the Eagles and the Miles Garrett situation and why, unless they do something, he doesn't see it happening. Let's listen to that today on NFL Network.
If the Eagles were going to take on a huge contract for Miles Garrett, and if he gets traded anywhere, he is going to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL, no doubt about it. In order to take on that contract, they would have to get rid of other very big contracts of their own. Even the Eagles can't just fit everybody they want. I would be very surprised if this happened. It is a great rumor. It's a great rumor, but I'd be very surprised if this happened.
All right, Hugh. So that one caught my attention. So he's basically throwing a little cold water on the Miles Garrett thing, unless they can shed another salary to make it all work.
Mm-hmm. Before I respond to that, wasn't Ian Rapoport about to get beat up a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, by Jordan Schultz at the Starbucks.
And the reason why
you don't think you can take Schultz?
No. The reason why
I would take Schultz.
The reason why I asked, because I needed to know that before I answered, because they're basically saying, for lack of a better way of saying it, that Ian is a mouthpiece for the NFL. The teams.
Yeah, that was kind of the implication of the little battle royale they had at Starbucks.
So Ian's pretty plugged in.
Mm-hmm.
So when he says that, there's probably something to that. Like, in order to make that happen, they're going to have to move some money around. So yeah.
As soon as I heard that, I'm like, all right, well, like
who's the contract?
Yeah, like what high-priced player would they even consider moving? And I'm looking at some of their cap hits for next year, right? Jalen Hurts, he's not going anywhere. Lane Johnson, I don't think he's going anywhere.
No, they're not getting rid of Lane.
Jordan Mailata not going anywhere. Those are three of their highest four cap hits for next season. Now, there is one name I didn't mention that is their second highest cap hit for next year, and that name is A.J. Brown. Now, before anyone goes crazy here, I'm not suggesting they do it. I'm trying to figure out what Ian Rapoport is saying.
He's kind of dancing around it.
Well, let's listen to this.
Around it,
also yesterday, this is WEEI up in Boston. Now, you're going to hear some voices here, hosts, but the guest is Tom Curran. Tom Curran is an NBC Sports NBC Sports Boston insider, covers the Patriots. Listen to what he said as they talked up in New England about a receiver the Patriots could go get. Who's available? Here's that conversation.
Is the dream dead for A.J. Brown? I know he just won the Super Bowl, but he is the most connected to Mike Vrabel.
I love that.
I mean, it's a crazy offseason. Could that happen?
I love A.J. Brown, and I love the fact that you actually are sensible enough to go back to A.J. Brown instead of barking up the T. Higgins, DK Metcalf, both and Ayuk, who are just not going to happen. A.J. Brown is a much more reasonable get.
So that was Tom Curran up in New England yesterday on WEEI saying A.J. Brown is a more reasonable get for the Patriots. Then I saw this, Hugh. Matthew Berry, who now writes for NBC Sports. He had a column, 25 things he heard at the Combine. He was at the Combine last week. And this was, I'm going to read it word for word. I've heard the Patriots will do whatever they can to get a real wide receiver one for Drake May and the new coaching staff. I heard they are knocking on all the doors, seeing what they could possibly trade for, and one person told me they heard the Patriots called Philly asking if A.J. Brown was available. Hugh, as we connect all these dots here, what do you make? Because sometimes, like the sausage of an offseason rumor could start one place and then it becomes its own thing. But this felt a little different to me. Like, you have a reporter saying the A.J. Brown thing isn't dead in New England. You have Matthew Berry saying he heard the Patriots call. You have Ian Rapoport saying the Eagles would need to shed a big salary. Detective Cap Douglas over here. What do you make of this?
I believe that the Patriots probably did make the call. I think that there are some connections there with the fact that last year when A.J. changed his header to Tom Brady.
And he has the relationship with Vrabel.
And he also, because didn't Vrabel want to punch the GM in the face when he traded him?
Yeah, they were very close.
Yeah, so there's that. I might be speculating. I might be exaggerating about the punch in the face.
It sounded good to me.
Yeah, it did too.
Sensationalist Douglas.
Yeah, I do that too. And AJ has been on record saying that he wanted to be a Patriot. There might be something to that. There's a lot of dots to connect, but there might be something to that. There might have been some friendly conversations that have been had, saying, "Hey, man, I would love to join you," but no disrespect to anybody that's a Patriots fan. Oh, yes, it is. Why the hell would you want to go play for New England? and struggle.
So I don't know, like, would this be an AJ thing or would it be the Eagles listening to a phone call?
Yeah.
So here's my read on this. I don't think this is nothing. Do I think it is something that's like imminent? No. And if I had to guess, nothing's probably going to happen here. Just like last year, there was rumors and nothing happened. Doesn't feel like nothing, though. I don't know. I wonder what the reaction was if Howie got that phone call. Like, is it, come on, and laugh it off, don't call anymore? Or what was that Windhorse thing about the Tyrese Max a few years ago? Lose our number? I wonder if he's saying lose my number or, all right, what are you thinking?
Yeah, and at least in terms of AJ's side, I mean, think about when we got AJ. We were with a quarterback in his second year, going into his second year starting.
Yep.
Didn't look like great after 2021, but it was the addition of AJ Brown that put us and Jalen Hurts over the top. I mean, Drake May absolutely could be viewed in a similar light if they're looking to build something with him.
Yep. Well, it could. So I would keep an eye on this one. My antenna's up. I'd keep an eye on it. The Rapoport thing actually took it to a new level for me. Like, wait a second. What is he talking about? What highly priced player could the Eagles move off of to create money for Miles Garrett? Because they're not moving off of Jalen or Lane or Mailata. Like, who's the guy? That they don't have that many guys on huge contracts. I mean, we could say Bryce Huff, but is that even worth saying? Of course they would move Bryce Huff to get to get someone here. But it is interesting to me.